So if you were to say something to Donald Trump, what would you say?
What would I say? I say, Mr. President, thank you. What are you gonna say to that guy? I mean, he's doing his best on whatever he's doing. You want to expect him to do this. Some of these things are going well when it comes to the tariffs. Jewelry production is going up in the diamond industry because you can't import as much. You know what I'm saying? And some of these people, because you can't, these imports and all this dollarization, it has an interest to develop and build in the U.S.
So there's been a positive impact for your business.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's doing a lot, but if the country's been hollowed out for the past 30 years and you're expecting one real estate developer to fucking come in and fix it, you're crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
What are your thoughts about the mayor, Mamdani?
I mean, at first I was skeptical, but
I love him.
Yeah, he's active every day.
Yes.
He's active every day. He's working. He's coming up with something. You know what I'm saying? I'm fixing potholes. I put a water fountain down, or I did whatever.
You saw that people on social media were like showing him things that needed to be fixed or repaired, and he was immediately responding and taking care of it.
That's great. His heart is in the right place, but
that.
You're not going to build a better city by solving little third world potholes. You know what I'm saying? That's like a third world mentality, and you're not going to get far with that. Mm-hmm. It's good. He solved it. He put a pothole down. Now, one thing I will give him credit for that he did an incredible job with, somebody was out there in Brooklyn scamming fucking elderly, minorities or whatever with dental plans.
Okay.
Some woman had her whole teeth removed. They're putting a credit card on her.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Tell her to do a bunch of shit, procedures.
Yeah.
And he's active. And he got a lawyer, and he's going to go after that shit.
Or even the people with the homes. He was also helping, people that were losing their property. He was also helping with that. So there's a lot of things that he's doing.
He's waking up every day, and he's working.
Do you believe that younger politicians are better? Because clearly he's doing a lot more than all of the other politicians we've had. And he's more in tune. He's significantly younger than them,
Yeah, I don't know what the story is with all that. Younger or whatever, but, he wakes up and he gets to work. And I don't know if that's the Pakistan or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a mentality. I have that.
Well, he wasn't, his origin is definitely Indian, but he was born in Africa.
Yeah.
Because of the migration.
I don't know where the hell he came from or whatever it is. Whether you're born on the moon doesn't mean you're, from the moon. Okay. Whatever background you have. You know what I'm saying? In my mentality, it was, coming from the Middle Eastern, working and getting up and getting your shit done is what it is. Some people born in this country, their top priority is to do fucking nothing. Okay? That was the slave owner's mentality. Get the labor and just sit there with a fan like this.
And not do anything.
And
that's not how you win.
That's not how you get shit. Or you have a mentality, the stock market, I'll just buy this and get nothing, buy crypto, do this and do that. And you see a lot of that in this fucking country.
Yeah.
And, in this country, it's all about not getting up off your couch. You know what I'm saying? Which is great because it made it a comfortable country. Huge parking lots, comfortable as hell. You walk from your couch to your car.
Yeah.
The car to the movie theater seat. The movie theater seat to the restaurant seat. In the car, you walk maybe 10 feet the whole day, and you went everywhere. And that's the way it is, but that's not the way it was in Pakistan or Azerbaijan. You know what I'm saying?
No, you had to work.
You had to work. You had to walk 10,000 miles to put a bucket of water. So listen, the guy is working. He's got a work ethic. That I'll give him. God bless him for that. I love to see it.
I want to talk a little bit about we talked about how you take care of yourself and that you're finally finding a bit of peace.
Yes.
Because you put in all this work into your business for years and now you're reaping the rewards.
Hell yeah.
And that feels beautiful.
Fantastic.
How do you take care of yourself? Are you into meditation, yoga?
I try to meditate, but
Pilates.
I could only meditate after I've been on a break for a week. If I try to meditate now, my brain is just going to bounce around like this.
Because you got too much going on right now.
Yeah, listen, I was in the Mediterranean jumping in the water just in Italy just last
I
week.
saw that.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that was amazing. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You rent a nice Mercedes GLE 53. You know, in Italy, you're going at the nice restaurants. You know, I had one $500 bottle of wine, another one for 300 here, there, this, that, trying things, doing things, experiencing the best of life because,
Yeah.
you know, my parents brought me to America, which was the top economy. America has 50 states. That means it's like 50 small countries with no customs, no borders. You get to sell. One day you're selling to Idaho, the next day you're selling to Nebraska, the next day you're selling to Alaska. So you have all this marketplace. You can make money and you could enjoy the best of life. And you could go out there and you could stay in the nice suite. You could take a boat. You could go here. You could go there. You could hang out with your friends. You could do this. You could do that. So I'm enjoying it. You know, you could kill me today. And I've did it all.
Yeah. What was your favorite thing about being there?
My favorite thing about being there was jumping into the Mediterranean Sea, which was
Beautiful.
like a bathtub. Warm,
Beautiful.
nice. It's good for your skin.
Yes.
You're jumping off the boat. You're swimming. That was great. That was my favorite.
I love that. I think traveling is something that you seem to enjoy.
It's enjoyable, but the more you do it, the less you care about it.
Mm.
The more you enjoy something, you know, when I was a kid, just to sit at a restaurant was an amazing thing. Now it's like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You know, or a girl. Now it's not that big of a deal or whatever. You know, some things always give you happiness. Motorcycle ride, this ride, you know, or in a rhythm. You know, you travel once a year, or you have a staycation once a year.
Something to look forward to.
You find your rhythm
Got
of the
it.
different things to do, right? You know, like restaurants. You know, you have a sushi one day, then you have a steak one day. The next day you fast, and the next day you do Italian, then the next day you do vegetarian, and then you repeat the cycle, and you find a happy medium where you're just chilled, and you find it, you know, and you get it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's out there, and it costs money, and it costs comfort, and you know, to take that day off. Some people can't even do that. You know, they got a day off, they got to run, they got to hustle, they got to wake up in the morning.
That I would imagine that is for you too. Running this business,
Yeah,
you know, people constantly needing you,
yeah,
you having to always, you know, support your team.
yeah.
How do you break away from all of that?
I built a good management team. You know, of a group of people. You know, no one can replace me, but 5, 6 people could certainly replace me working together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If someone's having a hard time, you hire another person. You spend the money. You don't get cheap with the salaries to save an extra 100 grand or 150 grand a year. And then all of a sudden, your manager has a partner, and they have a partner, and then one person twists their ankle, and then, you know what I'm saying? You don't put the people under stress too much.
Yeah.
You know, you have an extra supplementary system, and you invest the money. Some people are cheap, and they don't want to do that, and they're like, I'm gonna spend an extra 150 a year on another manager so I can have peace. They're cheap, and they deserve to suffer.
But then they overexhaust their team because of, you know, that extra person.
They're greedy. People are greedy. That's
Right?
it.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about love and relationships. Talk to me about what a healthy relationship looks like for you.
A healthy relationship looks like is when you're looking forward to seeing the person, and you're enjoying that person's company. It has nothing to do with sex. It has nothing to do with any of that other stuff. It's who you would spend time with if you had all the options in the world, or you had everything, and you could be anywhere, you could be this, but you want to spend time with that person.
Intentionally.
You sit there and you see something and you can't wait to show it to that person.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, I want to watch this movie with her, or I want to do this, or this should have a good time. And that's what it is, you know. A healthy, happy relationship is like riding a bicycle down the hill. You just roll with it, and if you want to go faster, you pedal a little bit, and you just coast faster. Unhealthy is you're putting energy and energy and energy into it, and then, you know, you're riding that bicycle up a hill, and no matter what you do, you could pedal real hard, and it coasts, and then the energy goes out, and you're just pushing and pushing, and eventually you just give up and you get exhausted.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be any bullshit. All that, you know, people say it's complicated.
It's not.
It's nothing complicated.
It's not complicated. In fact, it's very easy.
You're just with a person that, you know, you don't know yourself. They don't know themselves. So you're just not, you have different expectations, different
Yes.
conveniences, different this, different that, different realities and whatever. But ultimately, a relationship should be someone you're happy and comfortable with and build on top of that.
Do you believe that trust is important as well?
Of course. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be in bed with a viper. You want to be with a good person that's not going to turn on you, that has good morals and good ethics. That's just not sitting there coming up with a scam or a scheme. Doesn't have a crazy ego. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit here and get married with a girl that thinks she's the worst and deserves and here and she's better and then this and then that and then like I check a girl's ego fast.
Yeah.
Because if she's fucking thinking she's some shit, you know what I'm saying? That's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like years down the road, you have to convince a person of reality. That's no good.
That takes too much time.
Yeah, you don't want none of that.
How has your definition of love changed over the years? I feel like you never really probably focused on that though, because you're a businessman and you were just too focused on making money.
Okay, well, listen, you've read me quite well. You know what I'm saying? You're a good read. And it's unfortunate that I made money a priority and I thought it was the most important thing in the world.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is important, but it's not as critical as I would like to been. I wish it wasn't that big of a part, or I don't even know what I'm saying, but I'm saying it. I never made it a priority. It would have been nice, but a woman never supported me. I mean, some have in certain respects as I went on this journey.
Yeah.
But in a minimal amount for me to get to where I am today. And, it would have been nicer, but it wasn't, like I have a wife to come home to and she's really taking care of me and she's doing whatever to get me through and help me build this business and whatever it is. That didn't happen. I did it on my own. I came home to nothing for the most part. So, but, you want to have a beautiful relationship. You want to spend time, and that will grow, and you want to have that comfort, and you want to grow that, and I have to do that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
familiarity, that growth comes with time. Like if I spend some time with a girl, in some cases, we get into a rhythm. At first, it's a little rough, and it's a little whatever. But at some point, you get into a rhythm that you could build something beautiful. And then you look forward to seeing that person more and more. But you want to do that in the right way so you don't have a divorce or some shit.
Exactly. Did your parents were married for years and they never got a divorce?
They got a divorce when I was 25.
Oh.
Yeah. But they still, like Thanksgiving we'll be together or whatever, but they live separate because they can't reconcile
whatever their differences were.
Yeah, their values of one another or whatever it is,
Yeah. Talk to me about the biggest lesson you've learned in your past relationships.
The biggest lesson I've learned in my past relationships is that I'm a piece of shit.
You think so?
Well, I mean, I've behaved in ways that when I look back,
we're kind of cruel, maybe.
I regret, and like I would lose a lot of respect if that was the only thing you knew about me, that I curse at somebody or I tell a girl she's some shit or, you know what I'm saying, I get upset with her and I might say cruel things and shit like that or I might be selfish or whatever, so.
Why do you think you did that?
I just didn't know better.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do something in life, you don't even think you're doing anything wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's usually the case.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people doing really bad things to their partners, and they don't know that it's wrong. They think it's so normal.
Yeah, whatever they do in life.
Lack of insight.
Whatever they do in life, you know what I'm saying? They don't think that somebody, like, might have a couple of drinks and drive and kill somebody. And they didn't think they were doing something that wrong, and now they're, destroyed their own life and someone else's.
Absolutely.
Life could be tragic like that. But I wasn't an expert in relationships, and and I would feel like maybe I should say something. Maybe I should tell her how I feel, how I think she's a stupid bitch and a dumb whore. Maybe I should tell her that. Maybe that's the right thing. She should hear that. That'll make her smarter, better.
Yeah.
That'll teach her a lesson. I thought that was the right thing to do.
For sure. I mean, sometimes it's important to give someone a reality.
Yes.
A taste of reality.
Yes.
Because a lot of the times, you know, a lot of people aren't held accountable.
Right.
However, it's all about the way you do it.
Yeah.
You know? How important do you think compatibility is?
It's the most important thing.
The most.
You don't want to be trying to wear a pair of shoes. You know, when I was a kid, I would be shopping for clothing back to school, and I would look at a shirt, and it wouldn't quite fit right, but I'd say, no, it fits good enough.
Yeah, I'm going to make this work.
Yeah, I'm going to make this work. Or these, you know, that's good. Or these shoes, they feel a little bit, but no, it's not. No, that was a horrible idea.
Yeah.
Horrible idea. All that shit had to, you don't want to wear it. You got to throw it away. You got to do this. If the shoe doesn't fit perfect, forget it. You walk barefoot until you find the fucking one that fits good.
Yeah.
You don't settle with some shit that, you know.
I love that.
All that other shit. That was a horrible idea. Horrible idea. It never worked. And I was never happy with it. You know, you want to be able to have something that fits right, and that's your favorite pair of jeans. Think about it. Or your favorite jacket that's just right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not that sleeves are too this, or it's too puffy over here, or you wish the pocket shit didn't fall out of it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be absolutely everything, but it just has to be there for you to really want to fucking have it and enjoy it.
What do you think is a quality you value the most in a partner? Something off rip you see that you're like, this is important for me to have.
Communication, conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be stuck with a girl that, you know, I communicate a lot of information to millions of people around the world. That's why I'm on a podcast. That's why you're doing this. I don't want to be stuck with somebody who's blundering and blathering about shit, and I say something and they don't understand what the fuck I'm talking about. You know, I'll give you an example. One time I was with this girl, and in Long Island City, there's a terracotta factory building.
Oh, okay.
You know what terracotta is?
I think so.
What is it?
Is it like some cheese thing?
No, it says like terracotta is the art of decorative panels. It was a factory.
Oh yeah, it's like a print on the cement.
Yeah, it's like a mold. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
See, I knew.
So this factory, it's like a landmark.
Okay.
And it has so many examples of terracotta in its building. It's just a beautiful building because it's like all sorts of crazy
designs.
The factory
different
makes
designs.
terracotta, so they have
Yeah.
And I go to this girl and I'm like, you know what's interesting about that building? I'm with her. She's like, you know, it's a factory, and you know what's interesting? She's like, it went out of business. She says to me. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
The designs is what you like.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, there's a historical story in this shit, but she's in a wavelength like it's a business and it went out of business, and I'm like, yo, this person doesn't understand me.
Yeah.
They don't understand terracotta.
Yeah.
They don't understand shit, and you're not in the same. You want to be able to. She's like, oh, I don't know what. If you don't know, you know what I'm saying. You say whatever. You know, you want to be able to communicate. You want to be able to go through life and say something and have a back and forth. And I don't fucking know, you know?
Yeah. It was a pleasure talking to you.
You think I did a good job?
You had a lot to say.
Right.
But
you had some good questions. You got a good energy. Make sure you leave a comment.
Thank you.
Let me know where I went wrong.
You didn't do anything wrong. I think
I did a good job. You think so?
You did such a great job.
Shit.
I think it's really hard to be you.
Uh-huh.
So I think that, you know, people don't understand what someone that is in such demand has to deal with. And the only reason why I think I could understand, not that I totally understand, but the only reason why I think I could understand is because when people want something from you,
right,
it's so hard for you to decipher everything because you can't trust what's coming out of their mouth because there's intentions behind it.
Well, I learned to know who's who and what's what. If people approach me, just from pattern recognition. If someone approaches me, you know, even when you reached out to me, you know, some people reach out to me about a bunch of shit, but you were direct, and I was like, yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
It was easy.
I'm very direct.
Yeah, that's it. You're direct with what you want. If someone comes up to you and they're like, well, you know, I need you to have a meeting. You know, somebody comes up to me. He's like, I'm going to need to talk to you for 5 minutes. What the fuck about, man?
You're such a New
Tell
Yorker.
me what the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell
Get
me
to the point.
Yeah, get to the point. If you need to talk to me about offer you have, about some gems you have, then tell me I want to talk to you about these gems. Don't come up to me and tell me I need to talk to you for 5-10 minutes. I mean, it's just a bunch of signals that a person says, but you can't always know for sure. But there's ways to know. There's principles to know that if a person's full of shit.
Yeah.
To get them off your back before they get started. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So I really just want you, what I've learned from this interaction is that you're very smart. You're straight to the point.
Always.
And you are really goal oriented.
Yeah.
That is a lot of stress on a man.
Yeah, maybe. Listen, I have an amazing team. They handle what they got to handle. Any problem, financial, buying, selling, sales, management, everything. I manage the managers. Simple, cordial conversation. Shit gets done. You know what I'm saying? And the will is set forth, and I sit back, and if I want to push forward, I push forward. If I want to kick back and relax, I kick back and relax. My life is right. I got it there. Yeah. I wish I did it earlier, but I got it there now.
Absolutely. As long as you got to the goal, that's all that matters. The last question before we go, should people be buying gold?
Absolutely.
And why?
$2 trillion in deficit spending every year, interest, global shit going on. Gold might be the only way you could survive if shit goes on in the next 20, 30 years. If shit goes left. We have no idea what the future can hold. We have no idea what the future can hold. AI, robotics is the uplifting forces, downlifting forces. The people aren't having children, morality, religion, everything, war. That's pulling shit down. So is shit going to rise? Is it going to pull down? Is it going to turn into this? Where are you going to be in that?
The only thing I think that has never lost value is gold.
Yeah, listen, there's never been anybody out there that said, damn, I got too much gold. I fucked up. I fucked my life up. I got all this gold. What the fuck do I do? There's been kings, queens.
Yes.
It was the Aztecs. It was the Mayans. It was the Iraq, Mesopotamia, empire, here, there. They're all playing the same game. And then not a single person out there was like, damn, fuck, I fucked up.
Where does the best gold come from? See, I'm from Guyana.
Right.
Guyana gold is supposed to be really good.
Gold is an element, It's created when the star explodes. Mm-hmm. So it's all the same everywhere, essentially. But there might be, it might be easier to refine in Guyana. But it doesn't matter. Gold is gold. It's recyclable.
And the only thing is buy some gold.
Protect your money. Make sure you know what you're doing and you're ready for the storm that's coming. You could buy gold, you could not buy gold, you could sell gold, you could buy land, you could do this, you could do that. Just make sure you know what you're doing. That's all.
Unofficial Therapy. Thank you guys for watching. Next time. See ya.